Hey there guys, so I just thought I'd do a little video on how to use like a lower end machine, lower end espresso machine. So I'm at my mom's now, and this is the one she has, which is a Mr. Coffee ecmp50. And I kind of helped her pick it out because she was like, well, what can we get that's inexpensive, but you can still um, be in control of it, and make it your way. And I said, well, I think they still have a Mr. Coffee version, because I had a Delonghi and I liked it okay, but we went with this because it was what our store had, and I've liked it a lot. And there's a few videos on it, but not a lot, and I just thought maybe it could be useful. So but really the other video is pretty good, and I think it's the first one that comes up. It has like 93k views, which he described everything pretty much what I'll be describing, but the only thing is I kind of like to do my drink and my milk differently than he does. But other than that, yeah. And well, now I've got a different grinder. I have a Breville grinder, and he had a Cuisinart, which is probably okay, I'm sure. I mean, I'm guessing it would do okay. But anyway, so I guess we'll start off. So I've got the water in here, and on this one, when you turn it on, when this is flashing, it's heating, so your check light would be flashing, but it just now got to temperature because I've had it on before the video. And now, before I start, I'm kind of doing this as a video where, for people who might have used a high-end machine, because at my grandma's we have a rocket dual boiler up there. So this is kind of, like for those where I kind of had to relearn for a low-end one. So I'm hoping that might help. So anyway, so this is on temperature, but one thing to know is that when you have lower end machines, so Mr. Coffee, Delonghi, like Krups and all them, that I've learned is that it doesn't really heat the portafilter up in the group head. It doesn't heat this. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to put my cup down and run a blank shot through here, and then we'll go with that first. So, and then it's oh yes, I'm sorry, you have to, that's the thing, I forget this all the time, so be sure is you have to choose which function you're gonna do. So I'm choosing the brew function, and then there's a steam function, so I forget you have to make sure that's pressed, and I'm just not inclined to, because like I say, on the other one it doesn't. And then you pull down for getting it through the brew head. So this is going to heat up the cup and the portafilter, and I'm going to be doing like a traditional cappuccino, so I'm going to foam my milk up quite a bit when I go to do that. Okay, so that's got that, and I'm going to let that drip a second, and I'm going to go over to the Breville grinder, and I don't think this is the smart, no, it's the smart grinder, but it's not the pro one, so there's only ever so many espresso settings, so not many, but it does really well with this, actually. I feel like. So there's some old coffee, and I'm gonna run just a little bit to get the first bit of grinds out, and then I'll have to cut so that I can change the view of the camera. But anyway, but I just put it on 1, and I do 3 selection on the more part. But that's all I need to do, because I'm just clearing that out. And I'm gonna go get rid of that, and then I will be back from the corner and show you the rest of what to do. Okay guys, so I've emptied out my grinds like receptacle there. So next I'm going to get my hot water out of the way, warming up that cup. And then I think actually before I do the shot, I'm just gonna go ahead and pour out the milk so there's not too much time in between. So that's what I'll be doing. Actually, there it is, the pitcher. And on this one you can use up to a 16 or 17 ounce pitcher, but you don't want to do a 20. There's not enough boiler power on this, but other than that, it does very good for, it does a really good job for a 12 ounce pitcher. So I'll definitely give it that. And for the money, I don't think you could do any much better. I do think it does. I do think after I own both, I think I actually prefer this over the Delonghi. Well, I just had the Delonghi ecmp50, which is not too bad either, but just put a little bit of milk in there for that little illy cappuccino cup. Just kind of enough that it can reach it. And I've removed the outside of this, the Panarello, because it would just kind of, it's more for making big foamy bubbles when I'm trying to make like a dense microfoam with this. So and then of course, because they're doing like a microfoam, you want to do at the very minimum 2% milk, like 2% or whole milk for that. And then if you're non-dairy, it's probably best for oat and almond. That's what I've gotten better results with. So anyway, I'm going to go from here, and I'm going to turn on the grinder. By the way, I'm using illy medium roast beans, so really pretty good. I mean, I'm certainly not doing third wave stuff here, but it's pretty good. So, got that. Now I'm going to prepare. My basket fell out there. So you're going to want to be sure that this is dry. And now we're going to dose the coffee into the portafilter. It's probably like 2.5 or so. You just want to kind of get it overflowing first, and then we'll press and tamp down onto it. And just kind of level that out some. Because you just want it full, but not like super overflowing. That's probably pretty good right there. Now we just tamp down onto it. Just kind of give it a really kind of firm tamp there because you want to be sure it's really solid. I'm going to go sweep the grinds off over here. Okay. So like so. And I'll put that back. And we will do the coffee. So I'm going to twist the camera around and we'll do that. And then okay, guys, so we're ready to pour our shot of coffee. So select for brew. And then we turn the knob straight down. Actually does a pre-infusion, which is pretty nice. That looks pretty good. You don't want this to come super quick. You don't want it to be super quick, so this is not bad. Okay, so that's got our espresso shot. Does really pretty darn good for the crema, so that's really good. So that's got the coffee, and I'll be right back with the milk half of this. So we'll see you in a second. Okay guys, so I've made the espresso, and now I'm gonna steam the milk. And I'm steaming, going for a cappuccino. So I didn't put a full thing of milk for the pitcher. So I'm going to hit the steam function on the selection there. And you just wait for that to show up, for the check light to come up. And then when that's lit up like it is, we'll put that in there. And you just kind of be sure you're on the side right here. And you can always rotate that out if need be. But I like it facing forward a little bit. And the only issue I had with other videos I've seen on home machines is for some reason they want to take their milk up to like 170 Fahrenheit and 160. You don't need that. You just need about 145 or 150, 140, somewhere between 140 and 150, or you'll actually kind of burn the milk. So at least for me, when I've done that and when I first started, I could taste it. So I just do this till it's hot to my hand on the steel pitcher, and that's plenty good. So then we'll pull up on the selector. And as you can hear, it's actually got pretty decent power. Be sure that you give that a little, let out a little bit of pressure there. And then you can learn more from other videos for sure. You swirl it to keep it together, and then you just pour it, and you don't use a spoon. That's kind of the tips that I've been learning. Okay, there we go. So there we go, the cappuccino on a very low-end home machine, but like I say, it can be done, be really good drink, and yeah, so I'm hoping that maybe that can help if someone's bought this and like enjoyed third wave stuff, you know, before and everything. So anyway, I really hope that that might help, and you guys have a good day, and I'll see you with some other video maybe one day. So we'll see you.